Quick, get a shot of this. I'm king of the world! Cody drinks history! Picture this. It's April 18th, 1912. You just survived the worst maritime disaster in human history. You were aboard the RMS Titanic that sank in the North Atlantic on April 15th. You got aboard the RMS Carpathia. You made it to New York safely. What's your first stop? Probably a drink. At a place like this, the Ear Inn, which has been serving sailors since 1817. On today's episode of Cody Drinks History, we're going to explore Titanic's legacy in New York. Its legacy in a city it never even touched. And have a few drinks along the way.
He's drinking the beers, he's drinking a stout. He's drinking some people before they kick him out. He's drinking his memories, he's drinking his fears. It's Cody Drinks History, he's drinking all the beers.
All right, right here behind me is this rusty freaking archway. No idea why it's still up. This used to be the Cunard warehouse. It's April 18th, 1912. It's pouring rain. There's thousands of people out here, and they're all waiting to see the Titanic survivors. The RMS Carpathia comes up to this pier right here. The RMS Carpathia was the ship that came to the rescue for the Titanic survivors. Now, New York was prepared. They set up hospital tents, they had ambulances ready to go all over the city. They were prepared for over 2,000 survivors. Sadly, only a little over 700 got off the RMS Carpathia that night. But what are you gonna do? You probably think this is the Titanic, but that would be stupid. This is the Lusitania. Now this was sunk in 1915 by a German U-boat, and everybody fucking died. It killed so many people. It also left New York Harbor here, and yeah. Yeah, man, I mean, it's crazy. The ship was right here, you know? All the survivors getting off. Crazy. Brought a hinge date here, and you know, it didn't go well. Went really bad, actually. Went really, really bad. And now, introducing to the program, our Titanic expert, Jeremiah Stevens! Jeremiah, thank you so much for coming.
Oh, thank you for having me, man. You know, I so happy to be here.
Oh, good, good. We are so excited to talk about the Titanic. Here is your beer.
Thank you.
And so this whole episode has been Titanic's legacy here in New York City.
Of course.
And I just wanted your insight on that. Let's talk about Titanic's legacy.
Oh my God, yeah. No, where could I even begin other than the beginning? Of course, you know that. So it first released in theaters in December 14th, 1997. But the theatrical release wasn't until the 19th, a few days later.
Right. Titanic the movie. Cool.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Titanic's legacy here in New York, the real ship.
What would I know about that?
You're a Titanic expert, are you not?
Yeah, no, Titanic expert, but James Cameron's Titanic, you know, the movie.
Oh, James Cameron's Titanic, the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Hey, can I talk to you for a second? Excuse me, so just 1 second.
Yep.
What the fuck did he just say?
Oh, he's a Titanic expert.
Yeah, but he said Titanic the movie. We're trying to make a real fucking program here.
Mr. Cody, I am so sorry.
Oh,
I'm so sorry. It's all like a time.
You're so sorry. You're so sorry. That Kate Winslet scene was not bad.
Oh my God, 82 minutes in 9 seconds. Are you kidding me? No body double, no stunt double, none of that. She doesn't do that kind of stuff. She's great.
Yeah.
And it wasn't her first nude scene either, back in 94 in Heavenly Creatures. And a few years later in 96, it was Jude. But you know, this one is like, it's her most famous nude scene to date, so.
Oh. Yeah. It's weird, you know, that just off the dome. So, like the party? Yeah, man, this is that fucking Colombian shit.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Yeah. You've got to hang out with me near the other Titaniacs, too, man. They love you.
Titaniacs?
That's what we call ourselves in here, you know, big Titanic fans, yeah.
Oh,
wow.
yeah, dude.
Oh, my God. Oh, wow. What did you drink after this? What are you doing later tonight?
Hey, listen, bro. Just shut up, please.
All right, shit.
Here inside Macy's, before we find this Titanic relic, I gotta find a bathroom, which is hard. Let's go. Dude, I'm gonna piss. I'm gonna piss so bad. You know, this is a lot like when James Cameron was looking for the Titanic. Much like how we're looking for the bathroom. Honestly, I think I might piss myself. Excuse me, do you know where the bathroom is at? Here we go, baby. Whew, found the bathroom. I think it's time for another drink. This here is the memorial to Ida and Isidore Strauss. They were the owners of Macy's who died aboard the Titanic in 1912. This plaque here was put as a memorial to all the employees. This really goes to show that it had lasting impacts on all across the United States. These people were one of the most famous and influential wealthy people in New York at the time, and they died aboard the ship. We're here at the Celtic Rail, and this one's for the Titanic. Missed it, just by a little bit. You know, I feel like if they change the uniforms in women's basketball, they do like a lot for the numbers. You remember when they were throwing like dildos and stuff on the court? That was bad. I'm at 34th and 5th Avenue. This is the location where the Waldorf Astoria Hotel used to be until 1929 when they tore it down to make room for the Empire State Building. Get a shot of the Empire State Building. This is where a lot of the Titanic survivors and the crew were brought when the Carpathia landed in New York. Then, in the ballroom of the Waldorf Astoria Hotel, began the Titanic inquiry. So they tried to figure out what the hell happened, why the ship sank, who's to blame, all that kind of stuff. So for 18 days, they kept people in this ballroom and people gave their testimonies about what happened during the sinking. They even subpoenaed the crew members so they couldn't leave. So people were trapped here for 18 days until they figure out what the hell happened. What does that mean? They revamped all of the maritime rules at the time. So then there had to be proper drilling, there had to be more lifeboats, better regulations, pretty important stuff. Right in front of me here is 9 Broadway. This used to be the location of the White Star Line offices. And right after the Titanic sank, crowds came all over the place and waited right outside here for any information about their family members, about the sinking, about the crew. They waited for 3 whole days before the Carpathia eventually arrived in New York. What is it now? It's a Subway sandwich shop. Yeah, no, I know. Listen, yeah, no. Listen, Esmeralda, I know, okay? No, the child support will be there on time. Look, I'm working a lot these days. You don't have to be worried about that, okay? Look, I'm actually shooting right now. I can't even be talking, okay? I'm shooting my show. The Staten Island Ferry, the greatest public transportation ever invented.
How are you?
Oh, pretty good. Keep busy drinking. How late are you working tonight? What do you like better, the Titanic or beer?
Oh, beer is good, bro.
What you got here? What are you drinking here?
I have a draft beer.
Okay, all right, very nice.
Draft beer.
All right, on this episode of Cody Drinks History, the alcoholic of the week is Charles Joggin. He was the chief baker on the Titanic. The Titanic hits the iceberg around 11:40 p.m. at night. He wakes up, he's in his bunk. He immediately goes to the top deck. He orders his men to bring provisions to the lifeboats. He goes back down to his room for, quote, a drop of liqueur, which is probably about this much liquor, he later said. He takes his drink. He goes back up to the lifeboats. He's supposed to load lifeboat number 10. He's throwing women and children. This is a direct quote. Throwing women and children. He goes down, he can't find any women and children. Initially, people thought it was safer on the Titanic, so he couldn't find anybody. He went down to A deck and grabbed women and children and literally threw them into the lifeboats. The ship is starting to sink even more, even more. He realizes he can't go on the lifeboat, so he starts running down the deck, throwing deck chairs overboard. He threw 50 deck chairs overboard for people to float on. He goes to the back of the stern, he's hanging on to the rails, and he didn't even get his head wet. He just floated in the water. This man floated in the water for 2 hours straight. 28-degree water. Most people only survive 15 or 20 minutes in that kind of condition. This man attributed his survival, Charles Joggin, to alcohol. You are an alcoholic of the week. Here's to you, my friend. Cheers. I fucking hate myself. You're fucking stupid. You're a liar. You're a cheater. You drink too much. You fucking piece of shit. Fucking piece of shit. Fuck you. No, fuck you. No, fuck you. You piece of shit.
It's Cody drinks history, he drinks a couple beers. He's drinking at the places that were there and now they're here. It's Cody drinks history, he's gonna tell you facts. He's gonna tell you about some things and then he'll do some acts.